Right, Joe, let's get cracking with the show. A lot of forwards this season on absolute fire.
Yes.
The likes of Haaland, the likes of Kane, banging the goals. And so we thought now would be the perfect time to look at the top 10 forwards in the world. So in Europe, I suppose. The few rules for this one. Do you want to
it works quite well, doesn't it? Because Faysal is on, obviously, European knowledge, Real Madrid fan. We want to chat about not just the Premier League, but Europe-wide. Who are the top 10 best forwards in Europe right now? So
on
this
current
season,
form.
on current form.
Right.
This isn't classic. This isn't huge names. We want to know who you think is flying and who is not flying. Should we start at number 10?
Yes, this is your list.
My list.
Your list. Matisse is going to critique it throughout.
Yeah, he looks ready to critique it.
Ready, I'm sitting up, man. There is some great shouts.
Yeah.
It's very good that you mentioned this season because my 10th place is
Oh!
Kylian Mbappe.
See, this is interesting because I think a lot of Premier League fans watching from the outside inwards would say Mbappe's got to be like pushing for the number one
And also,
spot.
you're a Real Madrid fan, so I think that's what surprised us. You're having
Yeah,
that
exactly.
low. Why is he that low?
Of course, on paper, it looks good. He's got 7 goals in 9 games, so great on paper, but he's still trying to adapt into this new role with Vinny. That's been a lot of games where they all go on the left-hand side because that's the natural position. I still think he can do better. And when he does play at his best form, he's the best player in the world. But at the moment, we still haven't seen it. I think if we did this list maybe 4 months from now, 5 months from now, I think he'll be much higher. But at the moment, he's still...
But it's
not there.
In terms of 5 goals, 1 assist in 7 La Liga games, what did you expect from a return in his first 7? Did you expect?
It's more about his relationship and chemistry with the rest of the players.
Right.
I think on paper, like I said, on paper it looks good, but 3 of them is penalties. So if you really
Can he play in that same side as Vinny, or are they going to want to operate in that exact same space? You think he can adapt his game?
I think we can. We just need to change the system. And once Carlo Ancelotti figures out the system, I think it'll be scary hours for a lot of teams.
Matisse, what are your thoughts on Mbappe at 10?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised he's that low down because I agree with what Faze was saying on the way that he's playing, not just the statistics, but I have a feeling that he's not potentially even meant to be in the top 10 and there should maybe be players that are going to miss out on this list that have actually been better than Mbappe this season. That's what I'm worried about.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that could well have happened, couldn't it?
Stick him up then.
That could well have happened. Don't want to reveal too much, but, you know.
Right,
Okay.
number 9. So this is your
Number
9th best forward on current form.
One of my most underrated players in the world at the moment is
good shout.
Vicaris. Last season, he had about 42 goals and 17 assists, which is insane.
Yeah.
He won Sport in the league. This season, he started very well as well. 10 goals in the league already. The question is, which is in 6
10
games.
goals and 1 assist in 6 league appearances for Sporting. They played last night, won 3-0, didn't score, but 10 goals already.
It's insane. The questions about him was always, well, can he do it for Sweden? This so far, the last 2 Swedish games, he's got 3 goals. The questions was about him, can he deliver in the Champions League?
Yeah.
One game, 1 goal already.
Yeah.
I think, I look at a lot of clubs in the world at the moment, they need a striker, a prolific striker. I look at your team, for instance. You need a striker. He is one of them. I understand why teams haven't signed him, but I think this summer, I wouldn't expect him to be a Sporting Lisbon.
Do you know what? I think underrated is a great show. I was sat with my mate watching the playoff final, Coventry Luton, when it went to penalties, and as soon as Coventry went out, he just turned to me and went, that's Gyökeres gone, because he just knew like the level that you know Coventry fans were calling this for ages. And 52 goals in 57 appearances for Sporting.
Yeah.
Would you have him higher, Matisse, than 9th?
There could
on
be a
current
case,
form?
Yeah, on current form, there could be a case. On current form, he's one of the best strikers in the world. Like, what I love about him as a player is technically he's refined, he's secure. You see his rise through Coventry in the Championship. That's usually a great, you know, kind of indication that he'll do very well in the Premier League. He's not like physically, you know, flawed or anything. And he's got such a variety of finishes: left foot, right foot, in the air. Great ball striker, can create as well. You know, he's always creating for his teammates as well. He's always got good assist numbers over the years. So I really like him. I think I agree. Like, he's one of the best forwards out there, and a big team, obviously, in
Let's get him up.
England maybe could be.
Let's get him up and let's have a look at your number 8.
See is where he goes, isn't it? If he goes.
Okay.
Number 8 is the man himself, Bukayo Saka.
Okay. Arsenal fans will be saying this is low. I can see them already on social media saying this is low.
I mean, this is not the Premier League, this is the world. I think 8th is sensible. I see a lot of people recently, because he's now, of course, tied Henry's record of assisting every single Premier League game so far this season. A lot of Arsenal fans, a lot of rival fans are saying, well, most of his assists are from corners, set pieces assists. It's not really assist. I mean, it's easy said than done. I mean, if it's that easy...
Delivery's incredible.
His delivery is always on point. Like, Gabriel deserves a lot of credit for being there, but the ball from Bukayo Saka most of the time...
The whip-in was...
Spurs as well, against your team as well. Always on point. If it's that easy, then anyone can do it. But what he's done this season and his impact and his influence, even if we go back to the Euros, He scored against Switzerland, the final against Spain. He was I think, for me, England's best
He's a
player.
very consistent player for England.
Very consistent.
Is he the best right winger in the world?
No.
Okay.
He's third.
Okay, well, let's put him at 8 and we'll be able to discuss.
I've got two.
That's what I wanted to lead on to. The next name that's ahead of him.
The best
Right.
right winger in the Premier League is Mohamed Salah. It's always been Mohamed Salah. It's not going to change anytime soon. I think he is slowly becoming disrespected. I think people.
Wow.
In what way? Go on.
I think people are really underrating what he can do. I think last game, for instance, he never scored. People said, "Well, Mo Salah with no goals can't do anything." Last game, he had an assist, created over 7 chances, had over 6 dribbles. People say that's a very good Eden Hazard performance.
Oh, here we are.
So the thing is with Mo Salah, if he gives you the goals, people say, then where's his general play? If he gives you general play, then say, where's the goals? Then what exactly do you want? I mean, Liverpool this season started very well. Of course, Slot has done very well, but one of them comes down to Mo Salah, and I think he's embraced this new creator role where he's helping the team in this new position.
Yeah, 3 goals, 4 assists in 5 Premier League involvements, 4 goals and 7 appearances in all comps. Matisse, let's get your take on, so we'll put Salah up in, obviously this is Faisal's list.
Yeah.
Your take on the list so far, any movement you'd have with these 4? What?
I'm just wondering where Cole Palmer is. If we're talking about Premier League attackers that have contributed with goals, assists.
Cole
that
Palmer
are-
is a 10 this season.
He's an attacker.
He's at a 10.
He's an attacker.
The
A 10 does attacking.
the criteria for the video was top 10 forwards, which
It was.
is wingers and strikers. Cole Palmer this season, last season maybe,
Okay.
playing on the right hand side. This season he's playing behind the striker, Nico Jackson.
He's positionally versatile, but okay.
But
Okay,
even
we'll
so, we see Saka, we see Saka, we see Salah, but you still don't think they're the best right winger in the world this season?
No.
Either of those two.
No, because you've got Rafinha. For me, what he's done this season is an absolute surprise. Barcelona was thinking of even selling him. And there was doubts about it. Like when Lamine Yamal broke through, they had to force him on the left-hand side. But this season, incredible. Like he's got 5 goals, I believe, 2 assists. He's got a hat-trick already this season. But this season, what he's done, he's played on the left-hand side into a new role, but he's also played as a 10 when Dani Olmo's been injured and he was never registered for La Liga. And he's now embracing this team captain because he's a leader now. He's a captain for Barcelona as well. Incredible performance. I think people sleep on what he's done this season, and I hate Barcelona. But the fact that I've got this guy, I absolutely hate. But the fact that I've got this guy,
rise then from like
his
last
rise
season,
compared to last season to this season, it's been absolute crazy to see.
Yeah.
That link
Goals
up, I
for fun.
don't know if you saw the Lamine Yamal ping with the outside of his boot to Rafinha goal. They've been playing some nice stuff, Barca, this season.
Really nice.
Right, 6. So we go on to who is your 5th best in form. Now, I think this is crazy.
This is so low.
This is so low.
Third,
Harry Kane's got 10 goals and 3 assists in his last 4 appearances for club and country.
and 4 of them are penalties.
5 goals and 4 assists in 4 Bundesliga appearances this season. How is he number 5?
4 of them are penalties. But this is the 3rd best striker in the world. I would have had him first and second if it wasn't for the other 2 strikers, which I'll mention quite shortly. But as you mentioned, he's scored in every single Bundesliga game except for 1.
He's ripping it up.
He's doing well. The Champions League, he scored 4 goals that game, 3 of them penalties. But he's done very well this season, and I'm not taking anything from it. But then again, it comes down to company, what he's done to Bayern Munich, the system. Elise, I'm
Where's
quite
Elise?
upset.
Where is Elise?
Where is Elise?
That's how I got
I'm
both.
quite upset that Elise was an honourable. Like he was.
So what? Hang on a minute. You've got Kane in 5 and Elise not in this list. What have you got against Bayern Munich here?
Now, Company's done very well, and a shout out to Company what he's done after last season with Tuchel. It wasn't that well, but like I said, Kane would have been second higher if it wasn't for my next striker.
Let's get Matisse's thoughts. Should
So-
Kane be higher for you?
So Kane could be higher. I think Elise not being so far in this list, and it doesn't sound like he's going to be in this, I think is crazy. I think Elise is the 2nd best winger on the planet right now.
I disagree with that.
Right now, I'd have him above all of these guys in terms of what he's
You'd have
capable of
Elise
doing.
above
I think
Rafinha,
Elise-
Salah and Saka.
I think Elise is that good.
Elise-
And I think Gyökeres, maybe he's this low because of the league that he plays in. Because I think as a forward, he's probably got to be above those 2 as well.
I think no.
In terms of form this season.
That's a very harsh statement.
Gyökeres has been incredible.
No, I'm not saying him. I'm saying about
Elise?
taking out those 3 to
Have you
bring
seen
Elise.
Elise at Bayern
I've
Munich?
seen Elise. He's
Unbelievable.
had good performances, but start of the season he wasn't that well. All of these has been consistent throughout the whole season.
The season's just started.
It's been
It's
7
only 5
games
games.
already. It's been 7 games already.
Bro, Elise, and for me, Elise,
Elise,
especially ahead of Mbappe.
I
should
feel
be in
bad.
this.
I feel bad. I feel bad for not having Elise, but I think
Yeah.
over these, I don't think so. Maybe over Mbappe, but not over Saka and
At least for
Salah.
me, sitting kind of in there, in between those 2.
I disagree.
Do you think Elise can be the best winger in the world? Can he be at Lamine Yamal level, like competing with him as that role of being the best right winger in world football?
I think he can. I think he can, but it just comes down to consistency. I think last season with Crystal Palace, he showed us glimpses, but it wasn't consistent. Even at the Olympics with France, he did well in the group stages, but when they needed him in the knockout in the final.
But I think he got 10 goals and 6 assists in the Premier League for Palace last season. 16 goal involvements for the level. That's a good return, is it not?
But that's only when Glasner. That's when Glasner was there. Before Glasner, he was injured at the time. He wasn't really showing it. I think when Glasner came in, that's when Crystal Palace became a bit better. With Bayern Munich, this is his chance now. Like, he finally got his international cap with France as well this season. So if he can continue, then why not? But I don't think he's the second, as you mentioned.
I think he'll be the second best.
I don't think
in the world very quickly.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Shout out Vincent Kompany, by the way. I watched the highlights of Bayern's game recently. They scored 6 and they hit the post, I think, 2 or 3 times in that game they've been. And in the Champions League as well. They are scoring goals for fun, Bayern Munich.
For fun.
Right, okay, number 4.
The striker better than Kane.
So you're saying Lewandowski better than Kane? He's having a great season.
Lewandowski this season. This season has been Lewandowski. He's been incredible. Like, Barcelona were thinking of offloading him because of the wages, how much he's on. They brought Hansi Flick, and Hansi Flick basically said, you know what, I might bring him back to the Ballon d'Or form, which he was a couple of years ago under Hansi Flick. This season he's been crazy. I mean, the goals he's been scoring, he's clinical. He's moving around the box, which last season he wasn't. He's dropping deep, building. Like, what he's done this season is an absolute surprise. Barcelona fans hated him last season. They wanted him gone. They wanted an absolute gun from not just Barcelona, from Spain, the whole world. Saudi Arabia was calling, but the way he's transformed his career is incredible to see.
Do you think that's because he's back working with Flick again?
Yes. I think the system under Xavi, he wasn't being used correctly. Yeah. Now under Hansi Flick, he knows him more than anyone else. He's using him in the right position, in the right system, and it's working out for him.
He's having a great season. 7 goals, 2 assists in 7 La Liga appearances. Matisse, your take on Lewandowski at 4?
Yeah, you're definitely splitting hairs between him and Kane in terms of
2 top
very interchangeable, brilliant strikers, and he's in great form. And I think Flick even spoke recently, like, he's there to score goals, and that's exactly what he does. So,
Okay, next up.
Then we've got the best striker in the world, Erling Haaland.
Okay, wow.
Bearing in mind this is on current form, let's go to Matisse first now. Do you think that's low for Haaland 3?
I think it is low. I think he's the most informed player in the world right now. I think the records that he's about to break, not will he, could he will be breaking his own records in the Premier League. I think he's got to be up there as the first person for me. I'm kind of shocked.
Premier League goals this season.
2 hat-tricks.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, insane. 3 and 2, in my opinion, can be rotated. I don't mind where you have them, but I think, like I said, you spoke about 10 goals, incredible start so far, and I think the goal against Arsenal was massive for him, because last season all the disrespect. I mean, you had Roy Keane saying he's a League 2 player, so the fact that that goal against Arsenal, I think it changed a lot of things.
Okay, Haaland at 3, which means no doubt there'll be a Real Madrid player in the top 2.
The Ballon d'Or winner of 2024 is, of course, Vinicius Junior. This season, he started very well. Don't look at Real Madrid's season and don't let it cloud your judgment. This guy has been incredible this season. If it wasn't for him, I don't think Madrid would be nowhere near second. I mean, the chances he's created, he's only got a couple of assists because Mbappe can't finish his dinner. I mean,
wow.
Clip that, Madrid fans. Love it.
He's had an incredible start, and I'm sure he will continue this moving forward. And like I said, finally he's about to win something, which is the Ballon d'Or, which he absolutely deserves.
Who do you think should win the Ballon d'Or? There's been chat about Rodri, Vinicius Junior. Who deserves to win it for you, Matisse?
I think Rodri. I do. Sometimes I think.
What are you laughing at?
I think Rodri gets forgotten too often, even by myself. And people will be like, why are we not speaking about Rodri? Rodri has, up until the injury, consistently played in that Man City team for the last 2 years, a treble-winning Man City team as well previously, and obviously with Spain winning the Euros.
This is so lazy.
And no, it's not lazy, honestly, because you see Vinny for Copa America for Brazil, he did dip a little bit, right? I know he was brilliant for Madrid, he scored in the Champions League final, he was brilliant in knockouts, but Rodri, when have you seen a bad Rodri performance?
I don't buy it.
You actually don't see it. Because you know why? Because we do favour attackers. We do love the skill and the trickery, and we do forget about because when Fabio Cannavaro won, defenders and midfielders can win it, and we need to be a bit more mindful.
Won it because of that.
A little bit more mindful about our midfielders and our defenders.
The Rodri, I don't understand this whole Rodri. I don't understand the Rodri hype. If you said this 2 years ago, when City won the treble, he scored in the Champions League final, he scored in the FA Cup final. Maybe I would agree with you. Last season, he was not City's best player. It was Phil Foden last season. Can we all agree on this?
Splitting hairs again.
I would probably have gone Rodri.
I mean, Phil Foden got player of the year. You split
Again,
hairs.
maybe
They're both had great seasons.
He wasn't even in PFA's team of the year
come
last
on.
season.
That's-
For Spain, he wasn't Spain's best player in the Euros. He wasn't Spain's second best player. I don't even think it was. Nico Williams was better than him. Lamine Yamal was better than him. Danny Olmo was better than him. Even Fabian Ruiz was better than him.
Do you not think there's a consistent theme that he's part of all these teams and he should get credit for that? And he's actually a key player in all of these teams, and he plays
We're going to have to move on
brilliantly
from
in all these
Rodri,
teams.
lads. We're going to have to move on.
Faysal's been very vocal about
Yeah.
Roger on a number of
How was
occasions.
Vinny in the Copa America?
Huh?
How was he in the Copa America?
Brazil was poor.
Right, we've got to go into number one.
go to the player you were just mentioning.
Your most informed forward player, number one, top of the tree. Who you gone with?
Lamine Yamal.
Okay.
I mean, what else can I say about this guy? I've said it before. We should not normalize this. A 17-year-old should not be this good. Like, not only is he being very good and performing, he's also entertaining. He's for me the second best entertainer in the world. And not only is he entertaining, he's consistent. This season for Barcelona, they've won 7 out of 7 games.
Yeah.
He's a massive reason for that. If you go back to Spain, he became the only player in the Euros history to score assists in every single knockout round. No one has done that before.
Yeah, just 16 and then 17.
16, 17, and the opponents, it's not Estonia, it's not San Marino.
Yeah, they had a tough
All due
route,
respect,
didn't they?
it's France, who's been absolutely one of the best countries in the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Germany, the host nation, England in the final,
Yeah.
and he impacted everything. I said it before, I think not only is he the best player now, I think he will go down as one of the best players of all time. I think once this is all said and done, he will go down as a top 10 player of all time.
Stick him on, Matisse. Just quickly, your thoughts on that? What you like, what you
He
dislike?
makes a great case for Yamal because he is incredible at that age to do what he does and handle the pressure is ridiculous. I still believe that Haaland should at least be in the top 2. I think his influence in that Man City team is insane, especially when you look at the other parts of the attack. They don't really scream goals, the wingers. But yeah, for me, no Elise in the top 10 is my biggest agreement.
Yeah, a couple of Elise, I think Luis Diaz as well, 5 goals, Florian Wirtz maybe. But
I mean,
let us know what you think at home anyway. He's gone Yamal 1, Mbappe 10. Let us know what you think of that list.